This time it's someone special, someone who has been going a very long way to stand where he is right now. I'm with Nexa, and we're starting with something very simple and something very interesting for probably most of the viewers. How did your entire path go? Because you started with Man's Not Hot in that mixed constellation a few months back. Now you got yourself a really decent organization backing you up. How did that entire way go?
It was really hard for us because at the start we thought we could do much better in terms of the organization. No, we could get much better org backing us. No offense to Imperial, of course, but after 3-4 months of search, we just decided to sign for whatever we could at the time. You know, because we were all tired of waiting. We couldn't really focus properly on just practicing with the team and improving on individual level because we spent so much time playing FPL and pugs in general trying to earn money so we could live basically in our respective countries, you know. And yeah, that's about it.
So just quickly ask, can you name any of the orgs that were interested in you but didn't pick you up in the end?
We had a lot of talk with Team Secret, who aren't really in CSGO right now, but we were kind of holding off all the other offers because we really wanted to sign with them, but at the end they didn't want to commit to going into CSGO, so that fell through.
Any reason why they didn't want to?
I mean, I don't know exactly because I wasn't the one negotiating, but from what I've heard, I think it was because they weren't like financially able to support a higher tier team. Yeah.
So going back to you and your personality, during the time you played at Renegades, you didn't really flourish. You didn't really show us what you were able to do. Many people might say it because you had harder opponents. That's why your rating isn't so well, and now it's so insane. But do you feel that there's a big constellation change in what has happened in Renegades and right now in your actual team Imperial?
I feel like there's truth to like both of those things. I was facing much tougher opponents when I played in Renegades, but I also I never really felt comfortable playing there. You know, I was brought over there and I played a role that I've never played before. You know, I was the IGL, and it was really hard for me. It crushed my confidence when I saw the shots I was missing and really some questionable calls I was making while I was IGLing. Then luckily Nifty took over, and I kind of felt like I was, you know, getting some of that confidence back, getting into the game. You know, I was being able to match with some of the stronger teams, but I guess by then it was too late. They already decided to replace me, and that's just about it.
Well, what's very interesting, you have pretty much 3 reference groups right now. You have like your Serbian, Serbo-Croatic kind of players you used to play with. You have the Australian guys and the European mix. If you could briefly describe how like the temper is, how the feeling is, how the attitude is with playing all those 3 different groups.
Playing in like a Serbian team, the atmosphere is always so good because we all know each other like on a deeper level that you would just know your teammates. We are very good friends outside of the game. You know, we knew each other for a very long time. You know, and it's like really good to play with them. It's like they make you feel special every single time. You know, and that's why I really love playing with them. But I kind of wanted to experience the international scene. You know, try a mixed team, see how that would go for me, because that's the only thing I haven't tried so far.
But like, how was it different, like to playing with Australians or playing with like the European mix you were playing with right now?
I don't know, like it was different because I didn't...
Did you ever do a shui? That's the first thing.
No, I did not. Sadly, I did not, because I wasn't allowed to drink beer in America.
Ah, right. Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. But you could like do it with root beer or something.
Not really. Only strong alcohol for me. That's how we do it in Serbia.
Yeah, I didn't want to go there, but I kind of imagined that. But like you have it right now with the European mixture, Tensky, Silion, and the 2 Lithuanians. Do you still feel like you can get that family feeling back, or is it just like you're good and you're okay, but it will never be the same like with the Serbians?
I feel like some part of me will always value the Serbians more over anyone else, just because I've played with them for such a long time. But nothing is unachievable. If we stick together and play together for a long time, you always get the feeling like someone is family, you know?
So, talking about that family thing, the only real team right now competing here is the Lions, like in the same area as you are. What do you think is the bit of an issue? Because we have single talents from that Southeast European region that are really, really astonishing. Like we have logically Nico, then we could go with Cosmin, who used to play in Epsilon. But what do you think makes no real team, besides the Lions, shine from that region?
I feel like the biggest issue in like my home region, Balkans, is just the mentality of people, the mentality of teams. They usually tend to not stick together, and what makes Valiants, and for example, we can add Windigo to that list because they're also from there and they're really good. What makes those teams different from all the others is they stick together. They play together for a very long time. They keep grinding out, roughing all the edges, and improving instead of just kicking players and doing, disbanding like most of the Balkan teams do. So that's what makes them different, and that's why they're where they are now.
So one thing, we had that earlier with Nantasafix, as a lot of Danish young players are here, and this is his home country. If it's goes down to young Serbian players, or from the entire region, what would be your most important tip for them? What would be where you say you definitely need to do this, you definitely need to do that, and then you can reach something?
I feel like they definitely need to change how they approach the game, how they think about it, because a lot, when I look at my own scene, the Serbian scene, I see a lot of potential, a lot of young kids who have really good aim, but are not eager to learn, are not eager to improve.
Are they sometimes toxic? Is it also a thing?
I wouldn't say toxic. I wouldn't say that Serbs are toxic in general. They're just very stubborn. We're very stubborn people, and that's why we fail to improve in some of the aspects of the game, which are really important if you want to succeed. So I guess what I would recommend them is just to listen to people who are more experienced than them, because they can learn a lot from them.
All right. That was Nexa. I thank you very much. And, well, if you're a Serbian, you've learned a lot by now. And logically, if you're not a Serbian, you learned a lot about the Imperial guys who might just do quite good here at the Copenhagen Games. Otherwise, see you guys next time.